Hello, this is our lovely takedown week at Wing Chun Woman, and I promised that I would do a video on what our studio is focusing on with respect to this, and particularly what I am focusing on with my training. So I've got Selim Tao under my belt, I've got Chum Q under my belt, and I'm just barely starting to learn BG, so I'm dealing a little bit with up-down. There are many ways to deal with a takedown, so I just need to be very clear that this is some of the ways that I am currently training in order to address this type of situation. That being said, there are two things that I'm going to talk about. The first one is why our studio uses a side stance instead of a front stance when dealing with someone barreling in for a tackle or throwing a hit for your head so your arms come up and going for your leg, which is a known tactic for wrestlers, to my understanding. Thank you, YouTube, for my entire understanding of wrestling. The second thing I'm going to talk about is a continuation of the use of your stance in order to affect structure and how you can use your structure to deal with incoming force, especially a heavy incoming force like someone trying to throw you on the ground. So those are the two things I'm going to talk about, and here we go. All right, very exciting. The first thing I'm talking about is the side stance and our preference for a side stance. So, yay, I'm boxing, or in this position, I'm also boxing. As opposed to doing this and taking someone who's going to go down for my leg, I'm going to present them with just my hands. One thing this does is it means that I have all of this space that I can work with, and I have all of this space I can work with. This is very much our Chum Q targeting. So I've got 180 degrees to work with someone coming in. It also means that if someone is coming directly on this way, and I'm in a side stance, that if I can feel their pressure going to my left, then I can move and go to my left. Or if I feel them going to my right, I can move and go to my right. I'm not committed one way or the other, or have to change necessarily what foot I'm using in order to make that happen. That being said, if someone is coming in and I'm able to make contact, I can certainly step and shift with that contact made, and that is effective. The second part of that is the structure itself for taking on an overwhelming amount of energy, because takedowns are not polite. So again, like I was saying, this is your normal Selim Tao stance, your side neutral, as Fiona would say, or your side stance. And the biggest thing that we're learning in Selim Tao and in Chum Q is to be able to take this, understand what it's doing, and then read it and respond to it. The biggest difference with someone doing a takedown is suddenly they're down here. So it kind of puts you back into your first day of class in Selim Tao going, all right, I have my structure, and then you take this energy and it comes in and it buckles you, and you're on the floor. Or you take this and you get pushed off your feet, and you're also on the floor. So what I'm specifically working on is being able to have my stance, hips forward, a little bit over my feet, so I've got a really good strength and presence of stance, and then take someone coming in and transferring that up basically around this joint, which is really weird because Chum Q is fine and I can flip and I can make things go in different directions up here, but if I'm having this pressure come in, I need to be able to operate the middle gate, which is a new and exciting thing. So I'm going to see if my little brother will get here. I will be able to do some actual demonstration. If not, that is how our studio handles learning about takedowns. So, falling on my feet. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any insights, I'd be welcome to hearing them. Just remember, this is where I am in my understanding of dealing with a takedown in my progression of my training. I'm not saying this is 100% true or correct. I'm just really interested in figuring out how my stance translates into energy in the middle and lower gate that I have to deal with. So, have a good night.